So hopefully I love the rat reaction on the announcement, by the way, but I am gearing up to get ready here. Well, I guess I can use the oh shoot. Well, I think I just saved, so that was a good way to start our stream. For sure. Twitch is kind of running weird right now. Oops, better get it out now. I'm gonna reload right quick. Jeez, I've collected a lot of yellow tablets the last couple days. I already have so many again. I do need some food, so I'm gonna loot a couple houses. Sorry if I'm talking kinda quietly too. Yeah, 'cause I have just one loaf of bread, so... What am I doing? I can't open doors with bread, guys. Just can't do it. I'm not that good of a lockpick. It didn't work. Is this a real door? Oh, I've already been in here. No, this is a locked district. I'm just crazy. I'm just crazy. At least I didn't accidentally waste my lockpick. I have very few as per rock. Okay, this is not good. Double not good. Gotta find somewhere that's healthy. Well, we'll see how this goes. Okay. Oh, looks like Twitch is doing something weird again. Alright. It is Haruspex Day 8. We just have to finish the tail end of day 7 really quick. My exhaustion's almost full, so I will be sleeping shortly. The Haruspex, end of day 7. That's what we're doing. Okay. Ah, tough break. Sometimes that room's open. Yeah, I need to snag another lockpick, so that's how that's gonna go. I'm just getting junk in all these houses. I need food. No kitchen. Not even a powder. We're gonna politely ask this man to stand up so we can shoot him in the face. I'll save over this save, I think. Of course he didn't. Oh, I didn't change the title. My bad. I'll change it after the video because I don't think I can change it during. So sorry about that. I forgot the last time I played the Haruspex also. I had RPG Maker silliness up still. Jeez, this guy. Whoops, I didn't want to bring my gun back out. I just wanted this fish. 1 coin. 2 bullets. And I get 1 coin. I'm actually gonna use this tourniquet. Alright. Ow. My side, like, just did something weird. Okay. I should probably do 1 more house and then go sleep. So this is my last one, and then I got in trouble for saving again. Nothing in there anyway. Ah, jeez. Okay. Whoa. I didn't expect that, even though the music did come up. Whoops. Oh, hopefully we get the same items because I'm in this for the food. So hopefully that food is still there when we go back in. Alright, that is. We'll loot over here first. Oh jeez. Maybe I should kill everyone on the first floor first. Well... I'm just going to do a quick looting. Okay. Ugh, my foot is completely asleep the way I'm sitting. Oops. Alright, so almost done with this, and then I'll get the day started. 3 coins. Better than nothing, I guess. Very little food. Alright. Oh, I'm gonna go sleep at Capella's. Yeah, we only have 3 quests for day 8, so...
Bachelor was stunned.
Yeah. My poor foot. Okay.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed.
My mouse got caught in
A
my
new
blanket.
mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
2 of the quests today are very short, so we're gonna get through this day really quickly. I don't know if I'll even be streaming for like... Whoops. Probably not even gonna be 2 hours. Unless something horrible happens.
I know how celestial bodies work. I know the logic of numbers.
Yes, Mom.
Solid bodies drown in water. It's a law. Life breaks into particles and is reborn again. It is a law.
Do you see now how many mysteries the Earth holds? The more terrifying the mystery, the deeper it lies, and the fewer wells can reach them.
You can trick anyone but me, the emissary of the powers that be. I know how this world had been built. I know how its life works. I know the laws it operates under. It's supposed to be very simple and proportional.
True, Mom. That's what it's supposed to be.
True, Mom. That is what it's supposed to be.
So let it be. It's not the end of the world. It's just an epidemic. It's gone out of proportion. The law will prevail. I'll restore the balance. Not all is lost. I know where the root of this evil lies.
I'm just like freezing all of a sudden. Okay. I assume... Well, what time is it? 2. Can't do much at 2. I doubt Inky will talk to us, and I have a feeling she starts at least one of our quests for the day. Oh yeah, I tried to post in the Discord that I would be starting kind of late today. I had some stuff to do today. I should be back on time tomorrow. Always nice to see you guys too. Oops. Oh, I think... Yeah, I gotta get your daily dose of Pathologic. I don't know what life would be without that. I don't know why, but I'm saving again. As Barack, I only have 4 powders, so I want to be a little bit careful of infection, but I won't do anything ridiculous. Shoot. Well, I'm gonna use one of those. Not that my health was that low, but I'm gonna try to keep my health a little higher to avoid random deaths a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I just also happen to have those bandage sets. Alright, I have to check this trunk. I can't let him get away. And then I might as well loot these 2 trash bins, and then we'll go see if young Vlad will talk to us yet. headshots should do something special. Well, if after I'm done with this day, because it'll be really short, I wouldn't mind doing another RPG Maker game or something, if you guys are interested. Yeah, headshots do a lot more damage. You should just get like, the reputation meter should be like the immunity meter. It should be at half, and that's like technically like full.
Where did those lazy bastards go?
And then by killing thugs, it can temporarily go up, and it'll slowly drop back down to half. Or if you like kill people, it'll go down and then slowly go back up to half. I don't know, that's kind of an interesting concept. Because then you couldn't like game the reputation meter. I just heard a weird cat noise. Having the next Lisa game was the plan, but I realized that I'm probably gonna have to buy the game, so I might do that in a couple weeks, because I was thinking of buying several Steam games, but I do have to prep a little bit for certain games, so make sure I have them downloaded and whatnot. So I'm not ready to start it today, but I could start something else. Because didn't both of you say you haven't seen Ib at all? I could start that one. I'd probably do it in 2 chunks, although it's a pretty short game. I don't understand, why is the well filled up? It's a rather sorry story. A gang of marauders tried to escape a blocked-off district with their loot and ran into unexpected and courageous resistance. Patrolmen were there too, but that's not the point. Yeah, it doesn't make sense yet. The bandits were not of the timid sort themselves. They pulled out guns and began shooting, trying to mount a retreat. After killing 2 of their pursuers, running along roofs and backyards, they somehow got to this area. Then one of them remembered this well of mine. Perhaps there was a worker of yours among them? You're a quick thinker, precisely. The clumsy townsfolk lagged behind, taking the long route, so the marauders had the time to break into here, throw the loot in, and even go down the well themselves. The pursuit was on my step already, you know. What happened next? When the townsfolk broke in, they saw the last of the bandits descending into the well. They tried to continue the pursuit, but the bandits started shooting and killed one more. I'm pretty sure they were sitting there waiting for their targets to follow them one by one, and then one of the pursuers got this clever idea to fill up the well. Exactly, without a moment's hesitation, these honest people decided to bury the marauders alive. As you can see, they succeeded. It's not the loss of the well that troubles me, though. I've had plenty of opportunities to make sure it's barren. There was a great loss, however. As in? Start undeniably sexy. I mean, I could, but that would be a huge project because that game is very long. So I might start Ib tonight if this day goes by really quickly and you guys want to see more. I could play the first hour of it or so until we start to get tired. My priceless notes were lying on the well's edge. I'm studying step traditions, you know. I've been collecting them for many years. Before me, another respectable person had been collecting them. They contain rare and valuable knowledge. Find these notes for me. So you want me to go down there and fetch them? Indeed. If I'm not mistaken, there's a secret passage by the theater that leads underground. Anything that you find on the robbers is yours. Moreover, I will reward you very generously. These notes are priceless for me, like 52 recipes of Twyron, or the description of the Rite of Heads. Okay, I'll try. Alright, this quest will take us a little bit of time, so... like, or an actual tiny amount of time. But it'll get us closer yet to the day start, which is what we need. Because I don't think I could start either of the other two quests until 7, so... this quest will not take us 5 hours, but... I could always duck into a house and sleep after long, so... raid plague houses. I can loot around the theater, and that'll be nice. Oh, this was a locked district. And now it's infected again. That's too bad. I'm gonna duck into this shop and see if there are any needles to buy. How much is the mask for him? 18k again. He has a full suit. Panacea sells for a lot today. I might get rid of his pink tablets. Anything else? Can't sell hearts at the store. It's a shame. Yeah, I think if I was going to undertake starting Undeniably Sexy as a stream, I mean I could, because if we play an hour or so a day, man, that's gonna take as long as Pathologic. I mean, we wouldn't be playing 3 hours a day, but it'd probably be as many episodes. That would be a lot of fun though. Undeniably Sexy is so funny. I think tonight I'm just gonna start Ib though. Okay. I'm gonna save here and there down here. Oh, the door just locked behind us. I don't remember that. Whoops. Definitely want to make sure we're reloaded after each one. Wow, that was fantastic. He had a ton of stuff. Alright. I think, yeah, if we're down into 70%, I'm gonna switch to my other one. I have 26 bullets, but, you know, we don't want to be wasteful. Okay, so there are 5 of them down here. And I have to make sure that I go the right way to find the book. Whoops. How's my health? That was the 3rd one, right? Was this track already? I think it's this way. Starting to hear whispering. I'm only pretty sure I'm going the right way. Oh, I thought it was here. We might have our work cut out for us. Because it wasn't at the edge that I thought it was. What? He has an extra shotgun? I think it would probably be the most valuable. Well, I'll get rid of my rifle ammo, I guess. 100% durability. Man. It'd probably be the best to actually get rid of my revolver ammo. Or a lockpick. The rifle ammo is probably a little over 100 and the knife's probably 1,000, so I guess I'll get rid of a knife. I got quite a few bullets, so we're actually doing pretty good on bullets. Well, here's the book. Oh wait, I killed them all, didn't I? Okay, so now I just have to navigate back. Easy, right? Gets lost. My pup's starting to whine a little bit, so I think I got clapping that time for saving. So that was a little strange. Okay, he's whining in his sleep, which I can't help. Can't calm him down if he's not consciously whining. so hopefully he'll calm down after a little bit. Yeah, I like the reloading of the shotgun as well. I kind of considered doing Devotress Day 8. I think I might just do Ebb though, because I didn't do an RPG Maker segment today, so that would work out pretty well. I think I checked all of those. Have fresh meat, please. Jeez. 4 of them coming out of the woodwork. Whoops. Put my gun away, please. Alright, definitely going to sell probably my used shotgun and this rifle ammo. It's only worth 80. So it would have been better to keep the knife. I'm gonna sell a knife. I'm gonna sell my 78% shotgun. Because I don't need to have 3 shotguns, honestly. Vlad the Younger's Notes, a handwritten book of authentic ethnographic notes that Vlad the Younger dropped into his well. The insides suggest the notes were written by different people over several generations. Only a quarter at most was written by Vlad the Younger himself. Okay. That cavern is just a well that younger Vlad had dug out. He was never super clear to anybody through the rumors why he initially had it dug up, but he hired workers to dig down there, and some people think he was looking for some sort of treasure. Whoa. I think he just got my health and not my infection, so... Like I said, I'm not gonna be too picky about if I get infected. Because Barack will be able to make Panacea after a while, so... We'll get a few of those to play around with. And I'm sure I'll get more powders.
Dankovsky is wrong to think the disease comes from the wells.
Such a nasty incident. Is this what you've been looking for? Is that all you've found? I found the bastards too. I barely escaped with a whole skin. I promised to reward the risk you took. I kept my word. Very well. 4,000.
I am crushed by these walls.
Let's talk about the termitary. Do you really want to go that way? What have you been told? I've been told that it's your fault. It's not my place to talk about it. Leave it be. It's a family matter. The wretched worms you've been starving in the termitary may well soon become my kin. What was that supposed to mean? Are you talking about your priesthood? Your father's legacy? Your foreman ambitions? The revenge of the Baraks? Perhaps. So we'll talk when that happens. The Olgimskis, whoever of us is the eldest and in charge, will report the state of the termitary to the kin then. As for now, topic closed. It won't take long. Okay, so it won't take me 2 hours to get over to the canes, so I might sleep for an hour while I'm here. Do a new save. And we'll head over to Inky's place. I'll loot bins until the day starts. And I can check for needles at that one shop. My goodness, this rat. Not. Oh, my goodness, that rat. Goodness. Goodness all around. Okay, so we have an hour. Like I said, I'm gonna loot some bins. Trash receptacles. I'd like to get rid of this explosive mixture to one of the guards. Free up a slot. Ah, I need them to have shotgun shells though. And then once we're good, we'll head over to Inky's. Whoop. Alrighty. Let's see what we've got. Yes, 3 needles. Alrighty. Geez, and we're not quite close to 7 yet. Whoops. I can see if I can talk to George Kane early. Walks into Plague Cloud, cries. I'll head through a couple infected houses quick too. Oh my goodness. Well, can't sidestep it. Never mind. Whoa. Okay. Well, there was nothing in there anyway. I leave. Yeah. I mean, you can't hold Notkin's voice against him, though, because that was done to him. Whoops, I was gonna go talk to George Kane. attempt to. It's only 6:30, so he may not speak with us.
In growing old, we become more foolish and more wise.
Yes, you'll definitely don your deceased father's garb soon. I felt that familiar power as soon as you stepped into my home. You have almost come into possession of his inheritance, haven't you? Almost? I'm not sure I understand, Judge. My Maria is currently in the same state, a bud that is about to blossom into a stunning flower, a sun that has already shown an edge of its dazzling corona. We are now waiting for the sunrise. You are still missing a little bit. Perhaps it's only a matter of time. Perhaps.
Most men only die because they know not how to prevent dying.
That sentence. The Canes and their circular reasoning. Well, my schizophrenic other half told me so, so it must be so. It is fortunate that you came to see me, my good Master Barak. There is a matter of great importance for us to discuss. It has something to do with a man who is known to be very involved with you. The man to have spoken in your defense when everyone else has turned their backs on you. I am speaking of Vlad Olgimsky, or specifically of the most lamentable fate that awaits him. What happened to him? The ruthless investigator that she is, Aglia has ordered the opening of the termitary that was previously locked down by the Olgimskys. In doing so, she has uncovered a few pieces of most valuable evidence. Having interrogated Vlad the Heavy, she has received his full and sincere avowal of guilt, and yet... Yes, what is it? In truth, the catastrophic act that killed thousands of people was not a product of rational planning, but rather that of hesitancy and reluctance. That's the reason why they were trying to hide the outbreak. Hesitancy and reluctance are quite common in younger people. Younger people. Precisely, it is Vlad the Younger and not his father whom we should hold responsible for this terrifying crime. Vlad the Younger gave the order at his own risk, and then kept it a secret from his father. It was already too late when my noble ally and the opponent learned of these developments, and so he took the blame for his son. So what can I do? Report this to the governor, or even his wife, since I heard of some bad blood between you and Alexander. If you won't, I have good reasons to believe the Inquisitor will order Vlad the Heavy's execution. Why can't you tell the governor or his wife yourself? Because they trust the Canes even less than they trust the Baraks. Especially now that Katerina feels what kind of powerful emotions you have stirred in the steely Inquisitor. You left a strong impression on her yesterday. Maria feels it too. Really? Indeed. So it will help your benefactor, or shall we say your partner in misfortune. Yes, I'll deal with it. We'll see if we can talk to Inky a little early. What? No rats, I hope. Oh, okay. Alrighty, so we'll see if we can talk to Inky first. If not, I'll just go loot a couple extra bins and then come back. Very shortly.
There are so many crows in the sky.
The air makes my head spin. I just can't focus. How are we supposed to work? I guess I need to get some sleep. Please do, I'll come back in the morning. Fine, Inky. Fine. I'll come back in 15 minutes. They should have funnier excuses for you. Especially as the time gets closer. Okay, we can head back now. Just Still haven't gotten that extra shotgun shell. I want to get rid of that explosive mixture. Plague victim.
We weren't given too much time now, were we? The army arrives tomorrow.
Yeah. His character is a little ominous at times. This air makes my head spin. Oh, it's still not time? We're gonna watch the time tick by. And there it goes. It all ends in less than 5 days.
In a row.
The army arrives tomorrow.
I don't think I'll manage another one.
Day 8, in which the Haruspex gets the idea of he who was marked by the secret sign may be. Listen, I'm going to share.
Why are they playing me up?
Listen, I'm going to share my plans and goals with you now. Strange though it may seem, it just so happens that you, a person of a completely different background, somehow understand me better than anyone else. That is worthy of my sincerity. I will not doubt your words. Of all the goals I may have, saving this town is the most crucial one. I'll be honest with you. I do not love it, and I do suspect this hopeless mission is my last chance. Yet my choices have nothing to do with self-preservation. They're about integrity and ambition. I understand. The source of the disease will be found and it will be destroyed. It's a matter of time and it will only take a few days. The sick can be cured with your panacea. The plan is all around great, but there's a huge hole in it. The panacea is scarce. Its main ingredient is a relic, a fossil almost. There are few Aurochses left in this world than There are fewer Aurochses left in this world than Leviathans, as far as I can tell. That is so. They say an Aurochs was brought from the steppe the day before yesterday to be sacrificed. It's supposed to deliver us from the plague. Odongs say it was the last one. That is so. Still, I'm confused. I've been told that only a true warden can handle an Aurochs. Is this the reason why Olgumsky manages the kin personally, but requires a middleman in any matter that has to do with the abattoir? Yes, my father used to say the same thing. The foreman oversees the rituals and performs the rite from time to time, cutting a bowl in a way that has been the true way since the creation of the world, for the perpetuation of the worlds. That cosmic bowl is an aurochs. It contains every element, every line, every tongue, every connection, everything. I've been informed correctly? Yes, sounds about right. But the rite didn't work out. The kin is disappointed and unhappy with the foreman. This means he did something wrong. The kin has been locked up in the termitary, so I assume there were few witnesses. Could it be that the foreman was unable to handle the aurochs? Perhaps there was no mactation at all? Where did the blood come from then? That's exactly what's bugging me. The rite was performed the day before yesterday. So many hours have passed since then, but you were given steaming blood. It was full of oxygen. It was alive, as if it had just been extracted from a living body. That is true. Ask the foreman where the blood came from. I think the abattoir hides many secrets, and you are the only person that can get into its depths. The further we go, the more convinced I become that we're on the right path. Even in our enlightened times, we are to be saved by the legends of the ancient herdsmen. I will follow your bold advice. Good luck to you, Artemy Brock. Beware of the foreman. He's afraid of you, but he is the kind of man whose fear is more dangerous than his calm. What if the abattoir is closed? Then get in there through the termitary. I talked to this girl, Taya Taichik, yesterday. Her power is incredible. She even made me doubt if I can make her obey my will. She knows how to open the abattoir. Wait for me, I'll be back.
Yes?
I'm happy to see you here. Still, it would be better for you not to come here too often. An Inquisitor holds the exclusive punitive right, don't they? I have something to tell you about the termitary lockdown. I don't like where this is going. You can't execute Big Olgumsky. Vlad the Younger is the culprit. He made that decision all by himself. His father merely took the blame. Artemy, I want us to sort this out once and for all, and never bring up the subject again. I'm not an Inquisitor for you. It seems that fate wants it this way. You are not allowed to request such things of me. It would be an abuse of my trust, an offense against my integrity and my duty. Okay, got it. Yours is the power of knowledge, the power of Brahmins, the power of priests. I'm carrying out the will of the manipulators, the executives, the Kshatriyas, yet the hands are lower than the head. Each one of us follows our own path. I will make a few steps, and so will you, but I will end up being your junior in a greater hierarchy. I'll think this over. Okay, so we have our 3 quests. Vlad the Younger's is already done. So I'm supposed to go and talk to Sabrov. So we'll talk to Sabrov on our way to the abattoir. I think I can just go straight in. I don't know. We can always talk to Taya if it doesn't work out, right? Oh. Jeez. See what's going on over here. The Inquisitor is such a great character. Sometimes her text lines, especially with Daniel, are kind of, they kind of circle back around in such a way that there's like, well, that's exactly, what I just told you. It could be the translation, but, well, I don't know. What's chasing me? Blah. Score. Okay, so Doug Lubra to the Sabarobs. Sudden hiccups. No. Okay. If a rat hadn't been chasing me, I would have gotten to kill that thug and that arsonist. Try and get some free fresh meat from the arsonist. That would have been nice. Oops. Yeah. Oh geez, I need to stop collecting waters. 91 flasks. Talk to Katarina first, I guess.
Clara is coming into full power. It only took her a few days to accomplish that, which those two have been trying to do for years.
Why aren't you fond of Lara? nothing against that decision. She's a little I guess I don't know how to describe what I want to say about her, because she's a really good person at heart. Yeah, I can't think of how I want to word what the thought that I have there. I can smell it, the damp smell of blood. George asked me to deliver a message to the governor. Olgimsky the senior had nothing to do with the termitary. It was his son's doing. My husband is no longer in charge of anything. It's up to the kin. They'll judge whichever Olgimsky comes. The Mother Superior will just say a teensy tiny word, and there will be no escape. Whichever comes, what do you mean? Well, they want a person, an expiatory sacrifice, father or son. They don't care. They couldn't tell anyway. A family is a single body for them. You can cut a thief's right hand off for the left one. It's all the same. Not for George, though. You can't see his scheme. It's political. How is it political? Men come and go. The family stays. And what matters is who rules it. George is leaving, so he's setting the table for his heirs. The terrible Maria and Khan. He doesn't need a young, clever, vigorous Olgimsky ruler. Is Big Lad easier to handle? He's old, he will die soon, and he's compromised by the termitary deal anyway. Oh, it's a fine scheme. A blow that will hit everyone. My husband too. It was him he sent you to. It's him he's planning to hold responsible later. Oh, George, George. It's a scheme that would befit Simon. He sent me to you, not your husband. Leave us alone. I've seen through his game straight away. Go to the mother. Let the kin devour whoever they want. It's all over anyway. Over. Let everyone choose how they die at least. Farewell, Katerina. Alright. I just want a shotgun shell. Whoops. Yeah, that's kind of, I mean, have you played through all of the Bachelor's run to see some of her on the end of his, run? But I kind of agree with what you're saying about her, where I don't think she's so good she's boring, because she's always up to something, although it always seems like it was someone else's idea. Like everything she was doing in the beginning to try and build up a house that would be a shelter to people in need was someone else's idea, the harpist. So, I think it's tomorrow, day 9 for The Bachelor, so in 2 days, if I stay on track, that you'll see a little bit more of Lara. I mean, it might be more of the same thing, basically, but you'll definitely get a wider picture of her. So, once we get there, you'll kind of see what I mean, or there's a little bit, maybe not more to her, because I think it's probably going to end up being more of the same that you've seen from her, but it is just more of her dialogue. I believe that I skipped some of her dialogue between her and Barack, so I'm sure that didn't help as well, because I know I skipped talking to her one of the days when Daniel was looking for Barack. You can go to her and she'll direct you where to go. And I'm pretty sure I skipped that conversation in this playthrough. Repair the guns. You hear the people singing the song, angry. Sick of the people who would not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the drums, about to start when tomorrow comes. Give all you can give so that a banner may advance. Oh, I have to, remember to talk to Taya twice. Whoops. And get stuck on the floor.
They never show me anything. They won't let me outside.
Okay, it's nice to see you're still alive. Mother, I need to get into the abattoir. They say you can reveal the way in. Well, they are right. Do it then. I'll reveal the gate for you if you reveal something to me as well. Fair barter. Deal? Depends on what you want. That Clara is very sly. She started to tell me a story about a crystal flower. Very engaging. But she didn't finish. She wants to elicit something from me in exchange for the ending. And what does she want? Something. You should hear her tell stories too. I'm completely at her mercy now, and I feel like I'll have to do whatever she tells me to. I don't get it at all. And I think I'll end up giving up my life for her. What? Oh, please don't cry. Yes, either that, or she'll demand something that shouldn't be given away. She'll come here soon. She'll get back to her riddles. Oh, what can I do to stand up to her? Perhaps Capella could help. Then again, maybe not. So what do you want me to reveal to you? Reveal the ending of Clara's story to me. Remember, it's a story about an icy princess and a crystal flower. How does it end? I need to know. Then she can come here all she wants. I'll be ready, knowing everything, and she wouldn't be able to force me. I'll get unhooked. Okay.
Changeling has a haughty attitude. She knows something.
That was an interesting piece of information that she just said about Clara. Did you bring to books the person responsible for locking you up here? Yes, you're slick. Mother, what kind of punishment is in store for that person? The terrible kind. I'll let worms and butchers have their way with him. They'll take that person upstairs to a small room on the upper floor. Even I'm not allowed into that room. Then they'll draw straws, deciding who goes in and who stays out to hold guard. Some of them will join the culprit in the small room, only to emerge after a while and go to sleep for 3 days. Neither the prisoner nor his remains will be found inside. Will they devour him or something? I'm telling you, I'm not allowed into that room. Do you know for sure who the culprit is? I don't. Not for sure anyway. But I think it's Fat Blad. Do you want to know for sure? Of course I do. You're right, it's Big Blad. Right. It doesn't matter who did what. He's the head of the family, so it's him who's to bear responsibility. Dad did that for me too. Is that so? Okay, so I have to go back to George to finish our other side quest. And, looks like I have to talk to Capella next. I have to finish her story. I think there's only one person that Capella sends us to. curiously, you might be able to talk to Clara initially. Alright, we're locked there, so... Unless she is where I think I'm going to be sent. I'm pretty sure this is that quest. Where Capella sends us to Murky. We'll see. I think I'm going to head over to that tailor's shop on my way to Capella's. Come on, one of you has to... Okay, there it is. I have been waiting for this shotgun shell. Duck in here right quick. Loaf of bread and fresh meat. Worth it. Worth every penny. Oh, finally we have some food to speak of. Yeah, it was the younger Vlad, but young Vlad is an adherent where fat Vlad isn't. So I usually only ever give up fat Vlad unless it's just to see what they say if I give up younger Vlad. And I agree with Taya's consideration that it doesn't matter, the leader should, of the family should take the weight of their sins, so... If Fat Vlad's willing to go down for his son, then... she's okay with the trade. Her butchers just want to take their anger out on someone. So I hear Katerina's words when she was saying that George was just trying to take out the successor of the Olgimsky family, because really what would happen to that, like, balance of power in the town if the next generation son was taken out instead of... They said how Big Vlad isn't long for this world, so as far as the balance of power goes, it makes more sense to sacrifice Big Vlad. All of the, oh, I guess I already traded away that, that explosive mixture that I had. I need to find more drunks to trade with. So much water.
The winter comes soon, I hope.
Oh yeah? You have come. I always knew you were my friend, Artemy. You are my friend, aren't you? Listen close then. You know that I am not simply a ruler's daughter. I carry the heavy burden of the sacred power, a burden that is akin to the one you are seeking to take. I am a princess and the children's priestess. I acknowledge you. You are Capella. Funny, is it not? So you do acknowledge me. Just look at us, a bare-legged girl and a disenfranchised outcast, orphaned too. You are son of an Odong, true, but that only makes it worse. Oh please, do not be offended. But we are ridiculous, and yet there is more to our eyes. More to our eyes? Our eyes speak true. No more than 3 days will pass before you and I turn from tiny creatures into two pillars carrying the burden of the supreme power, unless we make mistakes. Oh, I hope we never do. And so you will help me, will you not? thus helping yourself. Do you understand? You do understand, don't you? Oh, so that's where you're going with this? I want to solemnly ask for your assistance. I beg you to help me with a cause that's not only good, but also crucial for the whole town. Save a few children's lives. Are they in danger? Yes, the terrible Clara wants to get personal gain at the cost of their childish magnanimity and their lives. And I cannot do anything. She breeds ill blood between us. I will do anything for you if you help me save them. Why these particular kids? They're special. Both me and Clara care for the same qualities of theirs, only from different angles. It is what we need, what is useful to us, if you will. Independence, importance, standing. It's just that I care for their personalities. She needs something else. She wants to sacrifice them for something. You want me to look after them? Yes, help them, Artemy, and I will repay you. I'm begging you now as a child, but you will have the gratitude of a mistress. The change is bound to happen very, very soon. You know that the future is an open book to me. Help me attain power, and I will help you keep yours. I don't need power. But you need to win, or don't you? Don't you feel obligated, clenched, trapped by fate? Oh, you do need to win, else you will never become yourself. Let us help each other. Let us be noble and generous. Okay, let's say we have a deal.
There's a peculiar smell on the outside. What is this?
Do you know where Clara could be at the moment? She's been hanging around Notkin lately. Had a bite, but went away empty-handed, I think. Oh, she's showing teeth now. Long, sharp, fine, curved fangs, those are. Or she may be at Murky's. She has been asking Riddle all about her. Thank you, Victoria. Okie doke. So off to Murky's we go. That's where I thought she was. Murky-doo. You can never have too many shotgun shells. What? Should I go? I think I'm gonna go the other way. I wanted to go the other way and I went this way for some reason. I mean, we have so much time today. We're almost done with the day. All we have to do is go back and talk to Taya after talking to Murky, and the day is over already. So I have to redo the end of Daniel's day. Because I wanted to grab a rifle at Griff's before I redo the day. I mean, I don't need to, so if I forget to do it, it's just fine. Okay, head out to Murky's. Oh, that's kind of interesting, actually. Yeah, Bachelor's Day 8 was pretty long. Clara's Day 7 was really long as well. I took her all the way to midnight, which is rare for her. I did do a lot of extra running around that day though, so that didn't help us. Not at all. But I had kind of said that this day would be pretty short, so that's why I was talking about starting IB tonight. I mean, it's not a very long game, so I could probably rockstar the whole thing in one sitting if I don't die or something. So we'll see.
Impossible, 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 they say. But what if it can be done?
What do you want, Ripper? The soul and a halves have told me a funny story about crystal flowers or something. How do they even know that tale? No idea. The ending is really funny, though. There's nothing funny about it. It's scary, actually. I couldn't have made them laugh. It couldn't have made them laugh. They were totally hysterical, especially when it got to that prince. They couldn't have laughed. What made them laugh? The prince getting desperate and thinking that a flower like this would never grow in his garden again? Or maybe the living flowers dying because the crystal one took everything from them? The water, the air, and even the light? Is it that bit? No, another one. So, I don't think I need to take screenshots or anything. I'll probably remember the cues that I'm supposed to remember, but I don't remember them off the top of my head here. But I know the story pretty well, so I shouldn't have to worry about it. I forget what Taya asks about, though. No, another one. Well, it was the garden. Well, was it the gardener coming with the scissors and the prince making it so that he'd cut the living flowers instead of the crystal one? Or that terrible flower throwing out seeds, giving birth to a whole new garden, 100 times more beautiful than the previous one, but having no real flowers? There was something else. That's the end. There couldn't have been anything else. They're lying. Maybe, and you know your tales, huh? See if Marky says anything.
Dad used to bring food from the factory.
Sorry about that. Ugh. What do you mean not real? It's about mommy and daddy. You shouldn't think about it like that. No, no. What if in the end I'll find out how to see them? What if they come back? Oh, Clara.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
What do you want, Ripper? You've got a different attitude today, kiddo. Oh, I probably should have created a new save just in case I forgot what I was supposed to tell Taya, but I can save before her. Thank you. Oh, I think I fed the pup 3 hours ago, so... Oh no, it was about 3 hours ago, yeah. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he started whining for food. He whined once when I sneezed. So hopefully that didn't set him off into some sort of half asleepness that he'll wake up pretty soon wanting to eat. I could see it happening though. He might wait a little bit longer than usual. He's supposed to go 4 or 5 hours though. Supposed to. Yeah, that was murky behind Clara. I think it's just the shape of Clara's face that kind of like it's It's two something. Two straight is like the first word that like pops into my head, but I don't know if that makes sense. Well, I have 29 bullets. Let's use them. Oh. This person is sick. I forgot that I have to go around and see who's sick today and not. Alright, I don't want to shoot the rat. So I'm just gonna move on. Murky is one of Barak's found. She's just an orphan girl who lives in that train car. She's a character that they didn't really develop. She only has a couple quests throughout the whole game, pretty much. So she's definitely someone that I wouldn't mind seeing a lot more of in the next game. Let's see whose letter we got. Well, that was the map. The Bachelor's Choice. So this is where he, oh no, he didn't inform us of his adherence in his letter. Interesting. Oops. Gets stuck on stairs.
So, the lady that came here decided to look into the abattoir. Nothing good will come out of this.
It's nice to see you're still alive. Here's how the story of the Icy Prince ends. Oh, do tell. As time went by, the crystal flowers became the greediest in the garden. It drank all the earth's juices, but most importantly, it also snatched all sunlight. The garden became so dark that even the air has turned cold. Oh, and what did the prince do when the time has come to pick the crystal flower? The prince killed the gardener. The prince covered it with his own body. The prince executed a crafty plan. He engineered it so the gardener would pick a different flower instead of the crystal one. Yeah, sounds right. It's all been coming to that. So did the flower end up all alone in an empty garden? Yes, it blossomed, its seeds all over the place, and a new garden grew 100 times more beautiful than the one before. So that's how it is. Yes, that sounds right. What a bad prince. Why did he have to kill the simple flowers? Let me into the abattoir, mother. Come in, I'm going to fall asleep now. Then I'll go there myself and crack the great pit open. Do you know where it is? Follow the passage between the buildings and you'll find yourself right by the pit. Thank you, mother. Whoops. Okay, so now we have to go through the abattoir a little bit. So there's a little bit more of the day left. I guess because I have to run back and forth in the abattoir, so it will take us a little bit of time, I guess. Oh yeah, I guess it would be better to wait for Dusty to start ebb, so I guess if Dusty isn't back by the time we're done with today, then maybe I will find something else to do. I could just do a little bit of RPG Maker silliness. Whoops. Just making a mental note for later. Oh, really? Well, maybe we won't start Ib tonight. There's not much of the day left. Do you think you can make it?
There's no true warden among you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only one here, so... but I haven't been able to fall asleep lately, so I was up till 7 the other day. It's not too uncommon for me. You come here often, kindred one. Do you seek to be employed by Boost Vlad? The plague is fierce, but we must not abandon work. Perhaps you are an Odong. Bring us a bull then. Perhaps you are a butcher. Kill one for us, then prepare its meat for transportation. I want to ask you where the blood you gave me from yesterday came from. Yet you will not get an answer. Why should I share this knowledge with you? You cannot take it, and it will rip you apart. I am the son of Isidore Barak. It's not in Oyun's place to talk to me about knowledge. I see before me someone who calls himself a son of Barak. You haven't accepted his inheritance, and are therefore unworthy of his name. Accepting it is my personal business? Then there's nothing to talk about. You are not your father's son until his lines are continued through you. Leave. I'll be back. I'll only speak to you when you have your father's uday hanging from your neck. Seems like something has been concealed from you by the one that passed the inheritance to you. I'll be back, Elder One. To Ospina we shall go. I definitely try to sleep. Just sometimes. I'm hoping I'll be able to fall asleep pretty early tonight. Earlier than 7. Maybe like 4. That'd be nice. Okay, so we want to go out this way because it'll be a little quicker for us. I usually don't sleep that long, so he doesn't keep me up. I mean, he's asleep right now, so he's definitely not keeping me up. But I've just always had a hard time sleeping. He's actually perfectly fine, and he'll sleep 8 or 9 hours at night. He's perfect. Boy. Hope that didn't hit my infection. I might sleep while I'm here. It's not even noon. We're almost done with this day. I think I'm gonna save before I talk to her.
It's better not to ask. Silence is golden.
Her voice is so different in this. I traced your step with my hand, Zoinon. Look me in the eye, Aspidie. Did you hand over my father's inheritance to me in full, every bit and every part of it? No, I didn't, I confess. What was it that you preferred not to share with me? It's a bone, a bos primigenius's horn. Here, it confirms that you are the eldest of the Baraks, that you know the right and preserve the art of a copious tagler. A copious tugler. The Baraks are a copious tugler. You know the lines. You know how to cut a body open. The right is your right. There are but a few families of the kind left. I had no right to make this choice for you. Tell me about the other families. Few families still hold the right to carry out the right in this part of the steppe. The Mangizis, the Bichettes, the Baraks, the Oyens, and the Kriuks. The last of the Magizis, I don't know, died. He was basically killed by Black Nina. The Bichettes used to know the lines almost as well as the Mangizis, but they've been brought to naught by Twyren. Were they the best? Yes, well, each family had its own line of work, and each was rather brilliant when handling their line. The Baraks, for example, have always been talented healers. The Mangizis were the most ruthless and decisive. The Bichettes were the greatest in number. The Oyens and the Kriuks have never been taken seriously. They are apprentices, not masters. Give me the bone. It is rightfully yours. Take it and forgive me. I swear that I meant well. Had I not abused the situation, you'd have been dead by now. You will now be once again accused of patricide by many. The week-old story will repeat itself. Be prepared. It'll be different now. I'll take care of it all on my own. Okay. Oh yeah, I was thinking of sleeping while I was here. Exhaustion isn't that high. We don't really need any health, so I'll sleep for 2 hours just to get it down a little bit.
Yes.
Whose letter did we get now? That's the map. Capella's request for the lives of her bound to be saved. So that at least takes us to Capella's house on this day, where she gave us her speech. Whoops. Tries to overwrite file. File disagrees. Oh yeah, when you have a lot to do, it's easier to fall asleep at night, it seems. Yeah, when I was biking a lot, it was easier to sleep. When I was still in college, I was biking like 3 hours a day. Sometimes more. It was, whoops. Keep meaning to switch to this gun. Oh, they got him. Alright, I'm gonna go after these two drunks really quick. Hopefully I actually get some bandages out of this. So I have way too many bottles of water. Way too many. I need to stop picking up bottles. Now I have Banjo-Kazooie music running through my head. Banjo-Kazooie, yes. And bottles. That's fantastic. Oh wow, they have quite a few of them. And then after talking to him again, we still have to run back to Inky, so there's still a little bit left. We almost hit 2 hours with this day. I mean, I did a lot of running around in the beginning, so that definitely helped our timing, but Jinjos. The polar bear.
She is an emissary of the law. Now is the time when ancient gods die.
I have accepted my father's inheritance in full. Speak. I see a worthy deed. I know now that you haven't had the bone before due to ignorance, not cowardice. It is henceforth yours. What do you want to know? Speak. Where did the blood you gave me yesterday come from? It is the blood of a Bos Primigenius, an image of Bos Turok, who goes by the name of an Aurochs, an ancient steppe bull whose lines are akin to the lines of the cosmic bull. It was left over from a sacrificial rite. But the rite didn't go the way you wanted it to. You couldn't get the living blood from the beast killed the day before yesterday. That is so, but I can draw it from the earth. It is the blood that feeds Suak's body, the blood that flows through her veins underground, the blood that we have been pouring there since time immemorial. Feeding Bos Turok's body to be fed by him in return. So you've taken this blood from below the ground. How old is it? Warmed by Suak's body, brought to life by Suak's breath, the currents of thousands upon thousands of bowls cut open lie underground. Its age should be of no concern to you. It has been the living blood of Suak from the moment it was poured into Bos Turok's veins. Where exactly is the entrance point that the blood gets poured into? I will tell you of this too. Here in the abattoir at the heart of the house of Suak lies a well that is connected to the veins feeding the earth. Can blood be extracted from there? Only by an Odong, the foreman of the abattoir, who belongs to a long Tuggler and knows the right. The blood rises from down below, heeding his call, but I will not call this blood for you until we are equal. Why not? Because I do not want you to have it. You were unworthy of thinking about it, let alone taking it. It was not you, but Boslad, who I gave the blood to before, to help him on his orders. So how can I get this blood? By making the sacrifice and fulfilling your father's duty, by passing every trial, completing every task, and proving that you are worthy of making such a sacrifice. Not before that. Come tomorrow, we shall talk about it. I will. So now we have veins coming out from the abattoir. Yeah. Definitely, don't think it would be worth pulling such a thing out of the ground just to save a few people. I feel like, that would be... Ugh. Be a good way to start a plague. Anger the earth like that. The blood's supposed to be added, not taken out. Oh, the number of viewers hopped back up to 4, so I thought for a minute that Dusty might have gotten back. Well... Oh wait, I'm going back to, Aglia. Yeah, he almost looks like... maybe not completely clueless, but just, like he has, bigger problems to deal with. Because he kind of looks a little tired and sad, but... I just heard a puppy whine. Rat. Are those 2? Oh, okay. I thought it was 2 drunks for a second, not a... Well, there we go. Now we're finally starting to get rid of some of these waters. And get rid of this rat really quick. save now that we're on our way straight back to Inky. Well, I assume you don't want to miss Ib, and if Dusty is not around, then I probably won't start it tonight. So maybe we are just done after we end the day here. I'm actually gonna get rid of this bracelet. I don't want to be holding it. Got a ton of bandages all of a sudden. That was sweet. Back to Enke. Hopefully there's not a rat about. So I have this angel cloud to deal with. Go away. So we almost went 2 hours, that's pretty good. Ugh. Okay, that plaguey is pretty far away, so we're good. Lots and lots of bandages. That plaguey coming up on me that quickly was kind of wiggy. Wouldn't have had time to stop and get me, but still. Not what you want. As long as there's not a rat. Go away, Plague Cloud. Okay. So now we can finally talk to Inky. End our day.
There's little time left, and I still need to do so much.
I'm happy to see you here. Still, it would be better for you to not come here too often. I've been to the abattoir. The things that I've found there are hard to explain to an unprepared person. I am well prepared, though. I know your people's mythology. I know the legends of these lands. Tell me what you've learned there. Tell me where the blood came from. I will believe the most mind-boggling report, especially if it's consistent with my own data and calculations. There's a whole system of underground tunnels beneath the town, up to the Gorkon River. Sacrificial blood has been poured down there for hundreds of years. No surprise there, I've read about it when I was preparing for the trip. Furthermore, I know for sure that other people have similar cults. They all belong to different ethnic groups. Some of them are northerners. The blood there is alive. That means the town nourishes it, and it probably nourishes the town. That's inexplicable, but it's a fact. Well, it is consistent with your data and calculations. Well, I'll be. It is consistent with the calculations. As for the data, well, it also is. This is why digging wells is prohibited around here. This is why the rivers are so shallow and the Gorkon is so clean. Yes, I'm impressed, but not shocked. I was prepared to encounter something unique, even though I expected the mundane. What were you expecting? Something way less exciting. I thought the poorman was hiding an aurochs somewhere, a wounded one perhaps. They could have drawn some of its blood for you. One aurochs would allow us to produce a few thousand of portions at least, enough for the remaining people. I've heard they are gigantic, almost comparable to a brontosauri. To what? Wait a moment. This may be a rather fascinating natural phenomenon, but you should look at it from a different angle. If there is blood circulating in the town, feeding it, then it's alive. This is your Sot one. It all clicks, doesn't it? At least the size is fitting. What does Udurg mean? A body that contains the world. I am simply interpreting Isildur's words. Here I've written it down. He knew that Udurg was in danger. He knew that only a miracle could save its life. He knew that in order to cure it, one would require rivers of panacea, and so he decided to replace the foreman and regain legitimate control over the kin to get closer to the Udurg's bowels. You are correct, yes it is true. Well, I have a different point of view, but I think I'm reconstructing Isildur's thought process more or less correctly. The sign refers to some unnamed entity. It was silly of him to include this super being in his list among the ordinary patients. It must have been boggling his mind too. Yes, it's my father, alright. If I try to put myself in his shoes and look at all this through his eyes, that's exactly what must have happened. Okay. So there was the day quest. So, what kind of sacrifice could possibly be proportionate to such Sot one? So we are done with day 8 Haruspex. So, wait, our other two. Oh, I'm supposed to go talk to George, so I guess I'll do that as well. And then we'll officially be done. So I guess, we basically did hit 2 hours, so that's pretty good. I thought this day was going to be a lot shorter.
Most men only die because they know not how to prevent dying.
You are very kind to have come to see me, Master Barak. I gave the senior Elgimsky over to the kin. Did I hear you right, Master Barak? Judging by your expression, that's not what you expected to hear. No, I thought you would be more sensible than that. I chose to remain true to my conscience. You are a clever man, Artemy Barak, but regrettably short-sighted, although there's not many people who may boast percipience these days. I have no doubt that you did what your honor commanded you to, and this is always worthy of sympathy. Your plans are far from obvious to me, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that is unlikely to change. In all fairness, my plans are far from obvious to myself these days. Would you like to know a secret? I'm not who you think I am. Seems so. So, yeah, that was officially the end of our day. So, yeah. Yeah, that's, Dosturak, and, that's basically, all of our, lore there coming out for Barak's Path. They talk a little bit more about it in the next 3 days as well, so there'll be more layered on as we go along. So yeah, since we don't have Dusty, we won't start Ib tonight, but whoops, Twitch is kinda doing something screwy, but yeah, we will continue up tomorrow at the usual time. I could start a little bit earlier just in case Ib goes a little bit longer than I think it will, but I think I'd like to start it tomorrow, and well, I guess it depends on a couple things, whether I can start earlier or not. But we'll definitely get to Ib tomorrow, and if it goes way too long, then I'll either section it off into 2 parts, or maybe I'll just play it straight through, and if it goes too long, I'll skip Pathologic tomorrow night. We'll see how that goes as we're going through it. If I get to some random point and haven't saved in a long time and die, then I'll just stop there and switch over to Pathologic, and I can play up to that point on my own time and start us back up where we left off. So, yeah, thanks for sticking around and discussing all the lore and everything. That always makes it a lot better to go through as I'm like randomly walking around looking at stuff, collecting bottles and trash cans and looting houses. So yeah, we'll get back to it tomorrow. Have a good night.